Florida is no stranger to world-class sport, and as of 2022, the USA's Sunshine State is now on the F1 calendar. Welcome back to the Magic City for the Miami Grand Prix. Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it. We got P16. Okay, Piastri just ahead. Push hard, push hard. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Sargent behind. Our gap behind is 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps.
He just turned across me in the braking.
Yeah, we saw that.
Check the front wing.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. we're trailing our teammate by 9.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in first. Time last lap was a 1 minute 31.8. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 0.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:33.8. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 0.3 a lap. Good work. Okay, Hulkenberg just ahead. Push, push. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. The last lap time was a 1 minute 34.4. Good job. You're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment. Alonso ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. All right, at the moment you're losing 0.3 a lap. Come on, dig in. P13. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. That's Hulkenberg behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 13.4 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. Fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 31.6. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. work, mate. That brings you up a place. Magnussen's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:34.6. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Your last lap time was a 1:34.3. Right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Gap to your teammate ahead is 13.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. running P9, keep going. Okay, that's Sonoda just ahead. Come on, push hard. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Stroll behind. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 12.0 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 47 laps to go. There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
I think my nose is damaged.
Copy. Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, 2 stops left now, 2 stops. Okay, we're currently in the back, that's last place. Sargent's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 6.0 seconds. They're on old mediums, and that's 46 laps to go. Don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. That's Sargent just ahead, push hard. And gap to the car in front is 2.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 35.8. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. good distance between yourself and the car behind. That's Joe just ahead. Push for that position. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Your last lap time was a 1:35.7. Ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Time last lap was a 1:35.1. Okay, keep this going. We're gaining by around 4 seconds a lap. Max is coming in for his stop. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.3 seconds. We're currently trailing our teammate by 7.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 4th. Albon's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:32.5. Noda behind, and the gap behind us is 2.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 32.1. Okay, so the last lap time was a 1:32.3. Gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds. Gap to your teammate ahead is 7.5 seconds. Job, nice overtake. P6, you've got P6. Okay, gap ahead is 7.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Albon behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 11.8 seconds. And that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. 38 laps to go. And gap to the car in front is 7.1 seconds.
I got damage. He just fully turned into me.
I got damage.
Max is ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 7.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1 minute 32.4. Last lap time was a 1:33.7. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.4 seconds. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Currently sat in 6th. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 7.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Albon behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 16.1 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 6.8 seconds. That's Max ahead now. Our gap to the car in front is 6.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 33.9. The car in front is a second a lap faster, 1 second. Tyre condition still looking good. That's Alonso behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:33.4. Push now, we're boxing this lap. go now. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Piastri's ahead of you, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Bottas is behind you, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. All right, 31 laps to go now. Hulkenberg ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1 minute 34.8. Okay, roger that. Soft tyres at the next pit stop. Ocon ahead, and gap to the car in front is 4.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:33.9. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Stroll is ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 5.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 34.3. Max is coming in for his stop. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. That's Max behind you now. We're leading the car behind by 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The car behind has minor front wing damage. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.7 seconds. Okay, you've got P5. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Car behind is Max. Okay, gap to the car behind. 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 16.8 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 27 laps to go. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 9.6 seconds. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 9.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:31.4. Gap to the car in front is 9.9 seconds. Lando's ahead of you now. Okay, gap ahead is 9.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 31.8. Gap to your teammate behind is 4.6 seconds. Just ahead, push for the position, and gap to the car in front is 9.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has some front wing damage, but it's not losing too much pace yet, just be aware. Your last lap time was a 1:32.5. Okay, so you're gaining by around 0.6 a lap. Alonso behind you now. Okay, car behind trailing us, 4.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1 minute 32.0. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 8.4 seconds. go ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Car ahead has some minor front wing damage, but is currently maintaining its pace. And the time last lap was a 1:32.5. Okay, so you're gaining by around 0.6 a lap. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:30.8. We don't currently have the data for that request. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 7.1 seconds. Okay, clear. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That's P5, you're in P5. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 12.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Stroll behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 37.3 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 19 laps to go. Max is coming in for his stop. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Right, let's pick up the pace a touch, please. We need to close to within 10 car lengths of the car ahead. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Green flag. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds. Starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 1.8 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, 12 laps to go. Keep on him, he might make a mistake. DRS has been enabled, DRS is now enabled. That's Alonso behind. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 0.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:31.2. Russell has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. We're in P4. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, gap ahead is 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. That's Alonso behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 1.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 2.3 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. drivers just completed a pass for the lead of the race. Alonso behind you now. Our gap behind is 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Time last lap was a 1 minute 31.6.
Yeah, I made contact. I had no chance to avoid.
Gap to your teammate behind is 7.6 seconds. P3, you're currently in P3. Leclerc is ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 1.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 2.0 seconds. Look after these tyres now and want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 7 laps to go. Leclerc's taken the lead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.8 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're 8th. And the time last lap was a 1:33.1. Drivers just moved into first place. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 32.3. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.8 seconds. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Time last lap was a 1:32.6. And you're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. That's Russell just ahead, push for the position. Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres, and the time last lap was a 1:31.8. Right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Ferrari drivers just completed a pass to the lead of the race. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Okay, Russell's ahead. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Alonso behind. Okay, the gap behind is 3.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Gap to your teammate behind is 0.6 seconds. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And B1!
Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. And with today's impressive result, Charles Leclerc steps into the championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.